we're LoveyDove, and we're here at LoveyDove headquarters.
This is Victory Way Studio in lovely Burbank, California, where we do all our recording. Whee! Okay.
Dan West.
Hello, and Azalia Snail.
And our first question is, do you remember your first home recording?
I do. My first home recording, my dad had one of those little portable suitcase reel-to-reel machines. It was called the Modern Age. And I was obsessed with that, and a little later on a cassette player. And I learned between the two how to overdub myself. I would record something on the Modern Age, the reel-to-reel, and then play it back while recording onto this little cassette player, one of the early portable cassette players that my parents got me. And I became obsessed with this. And I remember on the Modern Age, on the reel-to-reel, I had recorded over it so many times that it stopped erasing fully what was on there. And so I'd have, I don't know, there were many, many tracks of voices and singing and laughing, and then that would all go over to the cassette player, and I don't know, it was like a 24-track recording between two machines after a while. But that was the very beginning when I was a little kid.
Cool.
And that led to later on the 4-track when I was a teenager. And yeah, so Azalia, shoot.
Yeah, my first home recordings were with the band Fly Ashtray, and we would go up to the South Bronx and hang out. Some of them went to Fordham University, so they had a place up there in the Bronx.
Wow.
And they taught me a lot about how to use the Tascam Pt1.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so into it, I just decided to get one on my own, and I bought one. I think it was like $60 or something, 50, 40. It was super cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just sort of didn't really know what I was doing, but did the best I could, and ended up making all these early Azalia Snail recordings, and then sending them to the local radio station WFMU to play on William Berger's Lo-Fi show. So anyway, so it's a really great immediate thing, like you would record something.
Well,
send it
yeah, I
off.
can add to that, because I remember I was in Through the Looking Glass in the 80s. We were a Paisley Underground band, and Rodney Bingenheimer was a huge fan of ours, and he supported a lot of those bands. And Gary Wild, his program director, actually managed us for a while. And it was the kind of thing where Rodney'd be, he'd say, hey, do you guys have anything new? And, we made an EP, but he wanted more and more material. And so what we did was, I had a 246 Porta Studio, and I'd record something, give it to Gary, and it would be on the radio within a week, and it was very exciting to have that immediacy. I'd do a little, bounce down to cassette, give it to Gary, and I'd turn on Rodney's show, and there it would be. And it was, those were great, great days.
Really wonderful to be able to have that kind of immediate satisfaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it kind of inspired you to keep going.
Oh,
just
absolutely.
that people cared and wanted to play it.
Yeah, that was it. And
Yeah.
it was the same thing with you. You got it right to the radio station, and you'd get immediate, that
It's
sort
like,
of
wow,
immediacy.
I'm on the radio, and people like it.
And I made this in my bedroom, or whatever. I recorded it in the living room, or we had the garage in those days. I was in the garage in Studio City.
Cool. It's either there's going to be, I would say to her, wouldn't you rather there be too much than not enough? So let's say there was only 2 or 3 rock bands to listen to, rather than 2 million. We'll be playing a lot of shows in the next few months, and Europe in October 2013. So everybody stay tuned, and we really look forward to everyone hearing our debut album, LoveyDove, or what are we calling it?
LoveyDove is.
LoveyDove is, and we will be posting them on our YouTube page, which is LoveyDove Inc. And of course, we're on Facebook, like everybody else. I mean, that's kind of what it boils down to. Like, do you want too much love or not enough love?
Well, right. Well, you can never have enough LoveyDove.
Spread the LoveyDove.